up ears, long tell me. When I was shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get. Better get a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just want to say, oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, he'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The Colts send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Titans. J.J. Nelson. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee.
Makes the score Titans 7, Colts 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Escaping the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 23. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll run with Dobbins. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
And 7 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. These two teams all tied after 1. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
He's taken down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
I feel like a prince, I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills, because I was a blessed with no refill. Don't know how it feels. I wanted to flex it too.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
4th and goal.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A very solid gain of 27.
On the play.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, that's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. At the Titans' 48-yard line.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Dancing to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Take over first.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not.
There he goes, left side. What's up? Touchdown, Titans. Davante Adams. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown.
For the extra point.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you...
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Preston Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts.
A gain of 22 yards.
As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Duvernay. As the first half is winding down. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
10 at the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
42-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And 7.
From the gun, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. Caught by Nelson left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. But it's going to be second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
But you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Titans 24, Colts 13.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit big.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And goal to go.
Now Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
On the carry.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try again with Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Titans 31, Colts 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
At the 27-yard line.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 26 yards on the play there. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. Back now in Nashville, it's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Colts 13.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
54, right there, 54 miles. Here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up second down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this, when I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Down. 3rd and long.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. Finding Gabriel complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd down and goal. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
And goal. At
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. From the 45 on 2nd down, Rodgers lets it go for Nelson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
26. 58.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. It's caught. Jones. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners.
Jones hit and the ball's out, and the Colts pick it up. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Forced out to his left. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's good for 28 yards.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Flushed out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd and goal, Jackson, and it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
And 10 at the 44-yard line.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away.
Coverage defensively by Logan Ryan.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first.
31.
But Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit, they were able to hold